just some interesting things that we get from our card acquiring data. So Absa has got the biggest card acquiring piece in the market right now. We have more than 70% of the market share on our POS machines. That's your point of sale. So when we look at this kind of data, that's where we kind of derive the majority of this data. Added onto that is your card acquire issuing data. So every person using an Absa card, that data gets added as well. And when we look at Black Friday, and just to give you a view of what we saw and how people spend, you can see the biggest spending day was Black Friday in South Africa, where people spent over 3 billion. The second and third, funny enough, was the weekend. And I don't know why, if anybody can tell me what happened on the 31st of August and the 1st of September, that specific weekend was the second and third biggest spending days in 2018 in South Africa, according to our data. Other interesting trends that we saw is if you look at average every last Friday of the last Friday of a month, people spend the majority, 55% of their spending goes towards groceries. However, on Black Fridays, that changed. And your big ticket items, your electronics or durable goods, as you might call them, that increased to 22%. So you can think people are holding back spending on those items because they see this day coming. So I like Sea Folly. I don't know if anybody knows who Sea Folly is. It's really a nice Australian costume. I just can't pay what they ask for that little piece of material that you wear only December. It just didn't make sense. But on Black Friday, they were advertising they're going to be online and they're going to sell this at 50% off. I literally was sitting at the hairdresser waiting for Black Friday to kick off, logged on, and got myself a 50% reduced Sea Folly outfit. Sorry, Gary, you can't see that. But I mean, people are doing that. So there's things that you aspire to, that you want, that you would wait for. You might not be wanting to sell it at that point. So say, for instance, I was a Sea Folly. I've been on the website a couple of times. Somebody tracking my digital profile would have known I'm interested in that item. I had to wait till Black Friday. Could that possibly change if they market it to me differently? Potentially. That's the kind of, I think, digital footprint you're talking about.
Exactly.
Okay. And the other interesting fact from this is if you look at our spending over South Africa, how much that has increased in the regions. So predominantly it used to be in the Western Cape and Gauteng, but you can see even the Eastern Cape up there has now 14.2% of that market. Oh, sorry, 7.2. And up, what's that little piece there?
Is it
Yeah. Sorry, KwaZulu, it's 14.2%. So people are spending more, so much so that 2 out of every 3 South Africans in South Africa has participated in the last Black Friday. So that's significant. 2 out of every 3 South Africans.